Hey guys, it's Brian with Edge of the Empire Outdoors again. Today I'm going to teach you a little bit about some scopes I own, um, kind of some of my views on them. I got here a Vortex Viper 6.5 to 20 by 44. And this thing is I love this scope. It's nothing amazingly great. It's not too expensive. It's priced just right for a family man like myself. So that being said, there are some very nice scopes out there. Loophole, Sig's got kind of a cheaper line out now. They got some nice hunting rifle scopes, 3 to 9 by 40s. Nikons are good scopes, but they just stopped making scopes, so you're not going to be able to get them much longer. Which is kind of sad because I own a couple of Pro Staffs myself, but I've been leaning more towards these Vortexes as of the past couple years. They have made quite the name for themselves, and you will not regret buying one. I ended up buying one through Field and Stream when they were around up here where I'm living, and I bought it as a demo, so they lowered the price for me, and it was on like this rifle stock that had this little metal clip hanging off the back, so every time you went to go zoom in and out, it must be the customers just weren't letting it go, and it was spinning on that little tiny piece of metal. And I sent that scope in. Vortex sent it back to me within a couple days, a brand new scope. So I kind of wanted to buy it to kind of play out their warranty and how awesome everybody says their warranty is, and it is amazing. It is unreal. And I can't say anything negative about Loophole either. I have a 12 by 40 competition scope that is quite old. It was made back in the mid to early 90s, I believe. I was starting to have some issues with dialing that thing into zero, and I was thinking maybe it was the scope. I wasn't quite sure. I was just trying to get things brought down to what it was because I wanted to get this gun figured out and shot and zeroed perfect for me. So I sent the scope into Loophole. They had it for about a week or so, and then they sent it back. Well, when they sent it back, I was happy to see they had this great big chart in this nice tightly sealed box that they put my scope back in. This chart on everything they went through, and it was quite relieving to know that they actually went through it, and they actually have a pen signed signature on the bottom of that paper, so I know who worked on it. And that's a big thing for me because I'm a personable guy. I like to know where my stuff's been, what's gone through on it, and to know that somebody like myself is sitting there going through it, that makes me feel right at home. Pretty perfect, pretty awesome. As far as the Nikon warranty goes, I can't tell you. I got a couple, like I said, I got a couple Pro Staffs. I'm pretty happy with them. I haven't had anything happen to them yet, and I'm kind of worried about that time when they do, because they, like I said, they stopped selling scopes here as of recently, and I'm not quite sure how that warranty is going to end up working out, but we'll see. As of right now, I would say if you're kind of on a budget, if you got a bunch of priorities ahead of your guns, or you want to get a cheaper scope to get on your brand new gun, but you don't have the money to spend on a high dollar scope, I'd go with Vortex. They have so many different options. The Crossfire, I got a couple of those, and they're on my hunting rifles. I can sling them things around anywhere and not be scared. If it breaks, it breaks. They're gonna replace it, which is awesome. That's a good feeling. So I got a $200 Nikon scope. I'm not scared to take it in the woods with me, but if I were to take it in the woods and it got broken, I'd be scared of possibly having to pay for what they did. And I know the Crossfires are kind of the lower end of the Vortex scopes, which is exactly what I needed for my hunting rifles. At the time, I don't, the way I see it, if it's going to be something that I'm going to be trudging through the mud, trudging through briars and bushes and crawling through swamps and just doing all this weird stuff to drive deer or get to my favorite spots that I'm out there in the woods for. You don't need to spend $500 on a scope. As I progress though, and I start to get a little bit more into these things, and I'm starting to look down these higher end scopes, I can tell you the big difference between the higher end, the mid, and the low is the glass. It is unreal, just completely unreal. Would I like a Night Force B sitting right here in front of me? Absolutely. I actually had, what was that? A Night Force. It was their bench rest, 6.5 to 20 by 50, and I can tell you, I wasn't very pleased with it. The Night Force. It had awesome clarity. The glass was real nice, but I took it out shooting. I caught my zero at 200, and then as I was shooting after that, it just kept on rising, kept on going up, and I'd keep adjusting it down, and then finally you get to the end, and I was kind of trying to figure out what the heck was going on. So my initial thought, it had to be something with the gun, because the scope cost more than the gun did. But it wasn't. It definitely was not the gun. I went and got that all looked over through a professional gunsmith, and that was definitely not the issue. So I was able to send that scope in, and it was the scope. That's not putting Night Force down at all, but this Vortex, I've never had an issue at all with the thing. It's if you're looking to buy a scope, you want to stick with a brand, stick with Vortex. They're an amazing company. And my buddy Thomas there that you see on the video quite often, he's looking into getting a rifle, and he keeps asking me what style, what magnification, basically what that he would need. And he's a woodcutter, man. He's a hunter. So I told him, I said, if you go with a Crossfire, it's the kind of the cheaper end of them. You're gonna love it, and it will not let you down. I promise. So that being said, for all you guys out there looking for a scope, Vortex is definitely a great option. So we kind of had a short segment today. Let me know in the comments if you think I should let you know the difference between MIL or MOA, basically what your guys' questions are. And that'll be that. All right, until next time, guys. See ya.